Cognitive psychologists study things like what is actually going on when we understand and follow instructions? What is the best way to revise for exams? Why expert game players are better than novices? Whether it is possible to train people to recognize faces better than they otherwise do. The list is indefinitely long. They study the mind by adopting scientific methods. Begin by setting out a hypothesis about some aspect of mental functioning. Generate a testable prediction in terms of measurable behavior. Develop an experiment to test the prediction. Take the necessary measurements. This is the scientific approach to studying the mind. However, we need to tread very carefully here. It simply is a scientific fact that water has the molecular structure H2O. Every drop of water has this molecular structure. For physicists and chemists, what this means is that if you want to do an experiment on water, then it shouldn't matter where or when you do the experiment, because if you have H2O, you have water. Now, things are very different in cognitive psychology. For a start, no two human beings have the same life experiences, not even genetically identical twins. We typically do not know, and may have no means of finding out, how these life experiences have affected the different people we test. And we may not know, and may have no way of finding out, how such life experiences influence their performance in our experiments. We cannot assume that everyone will behave in the same way in the same circumstances. And moreover, we cannot assume that the same person will behave in exactly the same way when we repeat the test. This underscores a distinctive challenge for running a cognitive psychology experiment. People that we test vary. In fact, there are two critical kinds of variability. First, variability between people. And second, variability in how a person performs over time. We proceed on the assumption that we can generate testable predictions about the mind that eventuate in replicable results. But the different kinds of variability can make replication hard. Indeed, both forms of variability might be thought to play havoc with our science of psychology. But in fact, measures that reflect variability are key. To learn more about these ideas would entail a more in-depth discussion of statistics, and indeed, studying advanced psychology entails studying statistics. Nonetheless, basic ideas behind running an experiment can be discussed without any need to engage in a detailed discussion of statistics. We can separate out concerns about how to collect data in a sensible way from those concerned with statistics. Our primary focus here is with how best to collect data that can inform us about how the mind works. And we need to consider what steps to take to make sure our experiments are robust tests of our hypotheses.